Okay, so this is a mixeroo. We're just going to kind of do a bunch of things that feel good, slash pick up the heart rate just a little bit, slash rolling out some of the parts that could feel a little bit tighter. So I have a chair, one heavier weight, so that's a 10. But I have over here a 5 and an 8, and I might switch it out. I'm probably going to start a little bit lower than I thought. I'm probably going to do that. So, anyway, one weight that is a little bit substantial. And then towards the end, we're going to use the foam roller. Okay? Cool. So, we're going to start standing. I'm going to turn this off. Make sure that my phone is not going to bother us. Okay, so we're going to start. We don't need the weight immediately. Just going to put it right next. And we're going to start facing the chair. I'm going to get my hair out of the way. And we're going to start here, okay? So as always, if you're using a folding chair, please just always be careful with weight distribution and that your chair is not going to slip. I'm going to step my left foot forward and my right foot back, my right leg back. And I'm going to immediately kind of square off my hips, pulling the left hip back and pressing the right hip forward. So for some of you, this maybe looks a little bit more like this. Maybe this is the stretch that is good for you. I'm going back a little bit further. The wider your feet are, the more support you have from that base that is touching the ground, right? So the more narrow, the more wobbly you'll be. So just take notice to that. So I'm going to keep my hands on the chair, and I'm going to try to straighten my spine out. And then I'm going to round my spine. Push through the palms, relax the head, and then stick the booty out. Maybe a little bit of an arch, but this is probably pretty close to neutral. And round. One more like this. A deep breath is a nice idea. And round. And then come back to that pretty straight spine feeling. Bend your front knee. Lift the back heel just a little bit. And then come all the way back down with the heel and go back to that straight front leg. And we'll do that a few more times. Front knee bends. I'm rolling through the whole back foot to come to the toes, and then I'm rolling back down. I'm really trying to bring my heel to the floor and straighten the front leg out. I'm kind of adjusting my hands along the way. Bend the knee, walk my hands forward a little bit, roll through the back foot towards the toes, roll it back, walk the hands back. One more. Straighten the front leg, square off those hips a bit. Knee comes forward, walk the hands forward a little bit, roll through to the toes, roll it back. Come on back. I'm stepping the right foot forward and the left leg back. Okay, so first, both legs are kind of straight, pulling the right hip back, pressing the right hip forward a bit to square the shoulders and the hips off with one another. And from here, just a couple of nice deep breaths, trying to get that stretch through the back of the legs. You probably feel different kinds of stretches towards the front leg and the back leg at the same time, trying to keep yourself squared off. And now we'll start to move a little bit. Bend the front knee. You may need to adjust. Bend the front knee. Walk your hands forward. Roll through to the foot. Roll it back. Walking back with the hands. Straighten that leg out. And bend. Walk forward. Lift. Lower. Walk back. Straighten the leg, nice deep breath, and again, bend, walk forward, lift, lower, walk back. We'll do one more. Straighten the leg, Breathe. Bend the knee, reach that heel back. Roll, walk forward with the hands. Roll up through the foot. Roll back down. Now walk your hands back. Make your front leg as straight as you can. Round the spine. And arch. And round. And arch. One more each way. And arch. And then come back central. Walk that left foot forward. And now bring both feet out wider than your hips. My feet are much wider than my hips. I'm going to lower down to my forearms here. I'm going to keep my forearms grounded on the chair. And I'm going to let my head hang down as I reach my hips back a little bit. Ooh. And you can move your hips right and left here. Right and left. Right and left. One more each way. Take a nice deep breath here. And then come back to the center. Let's come back to the palms of our hands. Walk our feet together and forward. Soften the knees. Push down through the feet and roll up through the spine to stand. Nice and tall. Good. Okay, from here, I'm going to just push the chair out of the way for a little bit. We're going to come back to it in just a moment. Grab a mat if you need one underneath your knees or your palms. We're going to do a little bit of a warm-up down on the ground as well. Hands and knees to begin. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees and feet together. And you can kind of push through the ground, lengthen out through the spine. Spread your fingers open. Push down through the points of your fingers, just to kind of activate the whole hand. And we're going to start by extending the right leg with the toes down. And just a quick note, sometimes when people send their right leg out, they pick up the hip a whole bunch. See if, again, you can keep your hips squared with your shoulders. Lengthen the spine as you lift the leg and then lower back down. I kind of like to flex to come up and either just keep it flexed or point to go down. And flex to come up and point to go down. Try and keep your upper body just nice and stable as you move. 5, 4, 3, 2, come up and hold. Reach through the heel, really straighten that leg. Little pulse. Can you add just a little bit of turnout to the leg? I want you to find your side butt, your glute med, the muscles on like the side of the tush and the glute. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Take a nice deep breath here. We'll go right to the left leg. So extend your left leg out. Push through the palms to lengthen the spine the best you can. Make sure that left hip is as in line with the right hip as you can get it. And lift and lower. Lift. Doesn't have to be a huge range of motion. And P.S., if you're lifting so high that your spine is arching, it certainly isn't wrong. But let's try and keep the upper body just nice and still here. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold. A little bit of turnout with the leg, little pulse up. Find your side butt. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Bring your knees together again and make sure your knees are right underneath your hips. We're going to be doing a little bit of knee lifting here. So I like to curl my toes forward and walk back a little bit so you have a more grounded feeling through the front of the feet. We're going to use our exhale to come up and the inhale to come down. a little bit of a rounded spine. With your exhale, the knees will leave the ground. Inhale, come down. So this is the longest exhale you can find. Inhale. We're gonna do 3 more. One more. Come all the way down. Uncurl your toes, sit back towards your heels, slide the arms forward, relax the head. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. One more. And then come up and kind of flip yourself over. Come onto your tush and bring your legs forward. Fingertips out to the sides. Feet just about shoulder width, maybe as wide as the legs of your chair perhaps. And nice and easy, we're going to be lifting the hips. I'm going to keep my eyes straight ahead. We'll come up with an exhale. Inhale. Inhale down. Four more. 3 more. Last 2. One more time, push through the heels. Come all the way down. Flip yourself over and come onto your belly. And we're going to bring the arms out to the sides like a goal post or a cactus shape. Chin in, head down. Spread the fingers apart, push through the palms, slide your shoulders away from your ears. Feel the pubic bone slightly pushing down towards the ground as you gently push through the palms and the elbows to come up and look forward. If there's any other variation of this, this exercise that you like, you're welcome to do that here. This is extension of the spine. Okay, so this is a nice set of muscles to wake up before we do a bunch of our standing work. We're going to do 4 more here. Make sure you're breathing. And lift. 3 more. And lift. 2 more. And 1 more time. And then come all the way back down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Push yourself up. And we're going to walk our knees forward and then feet forward, and we'll come on up to stand. Okay? So I have this chair here. I'm going to use it. We're going to practice picking up some slightly heavier weights. I know some of you kind of stick to lower weights, and I think it's important that we think about real life, how sometimes we just grab something that happens to be 15 or 20 pounds, a bag of dog food or like whatever it is, right? So it's normal in real life for us to pick up heavier things unless we're absolutely not supposed to do that and you're following those rules, so that's great. I don't have 15 to 20 pounds right here, but I have 8, I have 5, and I have 10. So I'm gonna grab my 8, And I have my 10 here. And we're going to practice picking up heavier weights from a shorter distance. I think often when we pick up these heavier weights that sometimes are even beyond 15 or 20 pounds, we go all the way from the ground, which is a lot of mobility and a lot of weight, and it ends up being probably like I don't even know what the percentage is, but like way heavier than the stuff that we normally pick up. So practicing picking stuff up, I think, is kind of a nice tool. I'm going to use the 8 first. I could easily do the 10. I know that, but it's kind of nice to ease in, I think. So we're going to practice a little bit of like a squat position. Toes are forward. If when you're squatting your knees bother you, grab a ball or a block to put in between your knees and see if that takes away any of the discomfort. Not that you would have that in real life, but here in your space, you can always do that, okay? So first, without adding any weight, we're gonna soften the knees, stick the booty out, and I'm just gonna bring my fingertips down to the edge of the chair, and then I'm gonna push through my heels and come all the way up. I'm just gonna add a little bit of arm movement here. Down, as I push through the heels, I'm gonna reach straight up. Back through the tush, push through the heels, and we'll breathe. And down. Kind of pushing through the heels to turn on the tush. See if you can give your tush a squeeze when you come up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring the arms all the way down. So now I'm going to take one hand at a time, and I'm going to pick up my 8. I think I'm going to slightly change the view here so you can see how that goes, okay? Toes are forward. I'm just going to do one squat to calibrate. Now the next time I come up, I'm just going to grab the weight, 8 pounds, with my right hand and just stand tall. Push through the heels, the weight is right by my side. I'm going to put it down, quick switch, and come on back up, okay? So I'm using a chair right now, which is really not a lot of range of motion at all. It's, I think, a good choice for me to reduce my range of motion when I start to pick up heavier weights because of the situation that I have with my back. But maybe you're completely fine and you can do a much more range of motion with your squat than I can. So you have a bunch of options. You're in your house. Maybe there's a step that you're close to that's, just a little bit off the ground that kind of aligns with your squat range, okay? So you can change your range of motion as much as you like. And the other thing I do when I come up is I kind of just make a fist with the phantom hand, the one that's holding nothing, just to activate both sides. I'm coming up as even as I can. I'm not trying to pull up through the side that's holding the weight. It's all nice and organized and aligned. And we'll do 4 more. And 4. And 3. 3. 2. 1 more. Sorry, 1 more each way. And other side. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to take this weight. Stand up nice and tall. I'm holding it just like that. Feet are parallel. Bend. Arms up. I'm going to do a little tricep work here, drawing the abdominals in. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1 more. and then come right back down and right back down, okay? Now I'm gonna put the weight down and I'm gonna do just a quick little section to get the heart rate up just a little bit. We're just gonna go for a funny little indoor jog, okay? And if there's anything else that you wanna do besides that, you can fake jump rope. You can choose anything that just kind of gets the heart beating a little bit quicker, okay? So here we go, just a little bit of a jog. A little bit of a jog. When I'm inside, I could focus a little bit on relaxing my shoulders, rolling through the foot a little bit, heel to toe. Also pace, I'm definitely going kind of slow right now, which is fine. Maybe you're going faster than me. Maybe you're bringing your knees way higher. Make sure you're breathing deeply. When you move your arms, make sure they're free, they're feeling free. Try to just naturally bring them from front to back. A lot of people, when they run like this. Okay? So this is your opportunity to really work on your alignment. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then come on down. Inhale, shoulders up. And roll them back. Inhale, shoulders up. Roll them back. One more time. Okay. So we're going to go back in that little routine. I'm going to go up to my 10 here. I'm going to do the same exercise that we did, picking up one weight at a time. If you want to change yours and pick up 2 weights, that's fine. You can change it however you like it. I'm going to continue with this one weight at a time because I think it mirrors real life pretty well. We're often picking up a heavy weight with one arm. Okay? So, get yourself set up. Take a nice deep breath. And down. Each time you come up, little tush squeeze. More. 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. And then I'll put it back down. Actually, sorry, I will not. I'm gonna hold it just like that again. Stand up nice and tall. Another tricep set. Take a breath. And bend. Use those abdominals. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go halfway down. Little pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, come all the way up and all the way down. Good. And then we'll put this guy down. Okay, so we're gonna do another little non-timed block of cardio. I'm gonna do some imaginary jump rope. Hold on, let me get it. Okay. Okay, so mine's purple, just in case you wondered. And so you can do like one at a time, however you want. You do both at the same time. This is what I'm gonna do. However you want to jump your rope, go for it. Keep going. I cannot, my hair is so heavy. Okay. This is another place, again, lift your chest, relax your arms, toes are forward, roll through the foot. Doesn't have to be a particularly big jump. I forgot how good I am at jump roping. I'm like so good at this. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right. I'm going to use the banana clip for this. Okay, so we're going to come back. I'm just going to continue to use my 10 for now, for the next set. Take a breath. And one more. Okay, so same exercise. I'm going to continue to pick up one weight on one side. As I come up, again, I'm really trying to structure my lift so my whole midsection is nice and straight when I come up, okay? Take a breath and go. Tush squeeze at the top. Squeeze the opposite hand and just keep your arms by your sides. If you want to pick up the pace, you can. Just make sure you're hitting all your marks. And 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. And come all the way up. Okay, and I think it's important to notice if there was any place in there, if you are rehabilitating something like I am, if something didn't feel right, maybe even this has to be shifted, okay? So if you want to pick up heavier weights, sometimes we have to go through a little bit of a detective route to get there. You can feel free to email me about that, and I can help you figure it out, okay? I'm going to do another tricep set, and then come up, and up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. And I'm going to put this weight down. And we've got one more set of picking our heart rate up just a little bit, okay? So I think I'm gonna do high knees here. Just kind of quick legs, knees up, okay? If you have something else you wanna do, go ahead and do it. Try and stay lifted through the spine and bring the knee up to the hands. One. Whew. That was exciting. Okay, I'm going to take a quick little drink of water and we're going to move on. We can put these weights down. And get the chair out of the way. Okay, and I'm going to grab the foam roller. I'm really good at avoiding cardio. It's probably one of my greatest skills. I'm better at participating in cardio when the weather is warm or warm-ish. It's pretty cold out, so, but it's nice to sneak it in wherever I can. Okay, so I'm gonna put down the foam roller nice and long like this. Sit on the edge and lie down. Sit on the edge and lie down. And just a quick note here, if you have long hair like me, it's a great idea to just put it on top of your head, because if I don't, it gets stuck under the roller and there's a moment of pain there, so let's avoid that. Okay, so just let yourself feel nice and long on the foam roller. Arms come a little bit wider than your shoulders, maybe palms down. And now we can move the head from side to side. So if you have tightness in your neck, this is a pretty deep stretch. So just be careful here. Basically, the weight of your own head is stretching the neck out. One more each way. And come back to the center. And then move the arms in so they are just nice and long, right by your sides, not too wide. Feet are about hip distant. Make your feet wider if you're feeling really wobbly on the foam roller. And the arms will come up towards the ceiling, back behind you, all the way around. A nice big circle. This is a really nice opportunity. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes, you can. Deepen your breath. Try and take a really deep lateral breath through the waist. And let the arms move. And we'll come to the side of the body. We'll go the other direction. Out. And out. Let's do two more. One more time. I'm going to bring the arms down by my sides, fingertips down. Arms are nice and long. Keep the hands a little wider than your shoulders. Bring them more narrow if you want to be more challenged. I'm going to start to bring one leg up and then the other leg up and up. Try not to hold your breath. As long as this is going well, we can add an opposite arm lift and up, up, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, one more each way, and then come all the way down and just rest the arms down for a minute. Widen your feet just a little bit again. Arms will come up, palms facing one another. Open the arms so you're just hovering low enough so you can still see your hands in your periphery vision. And then bend the arms. You're coming again into that cactus shape or goalpost. Here is your chest stretch. Don't try to deny it. Okay, so, oh my gosh. This is really good for us, you guys. I'm sorry if you are angry about it. If this is very intense for you, bring your elbows maybe down or up a little bit to find a slightly less torturous position. Relax the neck and try and release the jaw. Four more deep breaths. Please breathe into your belly. One more. Okay, good. Carefully wiggle your way out of this. I know for some of you that's a very intense stretch. Sometimes we get injury, we get like chronic issues in the back of the shoulder, but it really has to do with how tight we are across our chest. So keep doing this if that was torture for you. Okay, I'm gonna roll to the side and push this guy away, and just for a moment I'm gonna lie flat because it's the weirdest and coolest feeling that I'll probably have all day in my body. All right, I'm gonna roll to the side. Come on up to sit. And I'm gonna lean back on this guy. Let's say tips of the shoulder blades, right about there. Hands behind the head. Here's another mobility exercise for the spine. Elbows, I like to bring them forward. And I like to start kind of curled forward with my eyes right between my knees. And then I slowly like to lower my head about a third of the way down and then come back. And I prefer exhale to come up. And maybe each time I go a little bit further down behind me. I try and keep the neck long and released. The jaw the same, just kind of released. Wherever you hold tension, make sure you're finding some release when you can. And I'm going to continue. Maybe at some point my head will hit the ground, maybe not. Let's do one more here. Okay, now let's pause at the top here. Lower your head maybe a third of the way down and try and keep your eyes forward. If you have to scooch forward so you're a little bit more on your shoulder blades. Like now I have the foam roller right across my shoulder blades, and I'm going to keep it there, and I'm going to lift my hips and gently roll out. P.S. Please do not roll onto the neck, and please do not roll onto your lumbar spine. Let's stay within the range of our rib cage and our shoulders. You're breathing. The harder the foam roller you have, the better the massage is. This is still nice, but then also I would really, really make sure you don't roll onto your neck or your lumbar spine. Now stop again when you get to your shoulder blades. Bring the head back towards the floor. If you can, release your head, great. If you can't, just hold it there and give yourself a couple of more deep breaths. I like to grab any opportunity I can to take this stretch. I'm just going to take one more deep breath here. Hands come back behind the head. Support the head as you curl back up, okay? From here, I'm going to roll to the right. I'm lying right on my right lat. So the muscles that are kind of below the shoulder blade, you can kind of feel that here. And I just want to roll this out a little bit. If you support your head with your top hand, I'm kind of just grabbing the back of my skull so I don't have to use my neck as much. And I'm gently rolling forward towards my armpit and my chest and back. And this is a funny place for some people. They carry a lot of tension here. This could get really tight, this area. P.S. Remember to drink water after this class. Noodle around a little bit with where your foam roller is. Okay, if it doesn't feel like you're rolling some muscles out, then scooch up or down and see if you can find them. I'm just going to do this one more time. And then I'm going to hold right when I get to the place that feels like it's getting a nice massage. And I'm going to go down a little and up a little. Down a little. So this is kind of half work, half rolling out those muscles still. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And then I'm going to switch right over to the other side. P.S. Roll that, just move that shoulder that you just rolled out, and I hope it just feels nice and free at the moment. And we'll go to the other side. Freedom. Okay. So side 2. Again, kind of noodle around until you find your lat muscles or whatever it is that you think is the area underneath your shoulder. Reach back, really grab the back of the head so you can support the heavy head as you roll. And then roll forward. So I'm not rolling onto my chest, just to be really, really clear. I'm really focusing on the area underneath my shoulder blade, almost towards like the side of my armpit. And it's kind of moving my shoulder blade around a little bit sometimes, which feels weird, but also kind of good. Ooh, this side is tighter. And I'm gonna roll directly on to the muscles. Ooh, and now I'm gonna go down a little and up a little. Like a side crunch here. Make sure you're kind of pulling your top shoulder down into your back along the way, just a little bit. 4 more. Feel free to take your time. One more. And then I'm going to come up and sit up for a second. Oh yeah, that feels really nice. Okay, just a quick child's pose. It feels nice when you keep your hands on top of the foam roller, so then your head is kind of lower than your arms. All right, let's roll it up carefully. Put this thing away. Ooh, a little busy. And then come on up to stand. Yeah. Let's do one more little tall stretch. I'm going to hook my thumbs up towards the ceiling and reach out side to side. One more each way. Come back to the center. Arms come down as the head goes up. Big old breath. We did it. Have a great day. May the force be with you.